Lowenfield, as you saw revealed in the newspapers today, that Mr. Lowenfield is acting in a rogue manner. Clearly, he has an agenda. The in-house counsel for GECOM, which is the only counsel that Mr. Lowenfield should follow, has made it clear in a legal opinion that they cannot do house-to-house registration, that it will be in contravention of the CCJ's decision. And yet he is embarked upon this activity. Mr. Lowenfield has been hiding from the People's Progressive Party and many others. He has not even notified us officially that the house-to-house registration will start tomorrow. There is a requirement that we feel scrutineers, that we send in names of people. None of that has been done. Yet he is single-mindedly embarked upon this project, and we see in it an agenda, that he's following the government's agenda. This will not prevail. We're going to work until we get an election date, an early election date consistent with the CCJ's ruling. We're going to ensure that GECOM complies to the court ruling, and there is a process. I was just listening to what's going on the radio, and many of the talk show hosts are saying, oh, the list has expired since 30th of April, and therefore the only way of updating this list is to go to house-to-house registration. That's misleading once again, that you have a claims and objection period so that any person who is not on the list can get on the list, and you can make corrections to the list. So they're busy waging that propaganda war to mislead a lot of young people and APNU supporters. I urge APNU supporters to pay careful attention to what the law is, and anybody who is not on the list can get on the list in the claims and objection period without the requirement of a house-to-house registration. I just heard that on Bench Cups Radio, speaking with their pollster. The guy was saying, Peter Wickham, why this big fuss? Why not go to elections with the existing list and update the list? And he was just misleading the gentleman.
That's the last working day before the 20th. Have you decided a way forward and how you're going to challenge this house-to-house registration?
Well, first of all, it's political action. This is pure political action. But Lowenfield is acting in contempt of the court. And so clearly at this point in time, the whole of Guyana must be aware of what is happening in GECOM and must question Lowenfield's impartiality. Now the question about him being there to run the elections must be put on the table.
At least one citizen has said that he will boycott the process. He does not want to legitimize it. What do you tell your supporters about house-to-house?
Well, the thing is that we are a mature party. We cannot be caught flat-footed. We will ensure that when the new chairperson is in place, and we hope that we have a chairperson that will respect the ruling of the court, that this activity could easily morph back into claims and objections. In the meanwhile, as a serious party, we will observe on the ground, field scrutineer for every activity. We're not going to be caught flat-footed. Our purpose is winning the elections whenever they're called, and the PPP is ready for that. So whenever they're called. We have to follow the process until it's stopped, but it's illegal now what Lowenfield is doing. It's illegal, and I suspect what they want to do is, without scrutineers there, to start tampering with the names that they're putting on the list or getting registered. So that is why we have to be there to safeguard that none of that happens. None of that happens.
Mr. John, apart from the gazetting that we've seen, or copies of the gazette, what other evidence you have to say that the house-to-house process has begun?
The statement. Okay, the statement from Mr. Lowenfield. That's one. Two, that on Saturday that they're going to start house-to-house registration. They have now circulated all the folders to the enumerators across the country. They've spent the last 2 or 3 days doing that, circulating all the documents, preparing them to start on Saturday. If you go across the country where the registration offices will be, you'll see that people have been briefed about starting on Monday. So Mr. Lowenfield sought a legal opinion. He got a legal opinion. And yet he went against the legal opinion. They're floating around that somehow in the rumor mill that it was the Chief Justice who advised them that they can do this. I will put my head on a block that the Chief Justice did not advise them that they can do this in contravention of the in-house legal opinion. So I wonder on what legal basis Mr. Lowenfield is going forward, because we all accept that the July 12th decision overtook any order that was signed before, and it was very explicit. So if you have the court order, the CCJ's order before you, and you have your in-house legal counsel saying you cannot go to house registration, on what legal basis is he doing it as CEO in the absence of a commission? This reveals his intent. It reveals his intent.
How soon can we see your party going back to court to challenge this?
We have to make a determination whether we want to take this in the court or in the court of public opinion.
Why?
We don't want to be caught up on the issue of a long legal battle again. But we may file contempt proceedings against Lowenfield, but not to go back and relitigate what the CCJ has already ordered. We don't want to relitigate that. Thank you. Thank you.